or whatever. No way. All right.
No, I wish.
I'll put myself. So, hey, Jen, what are we learning today? What's our thing?
What do you all want to learn today? I mean, I was going to do not smart plans, I'm sorry. Just briefly show Docusign. It's that bold starts in 45 minutes. So it was whatever that was going to be quick and easy and also so people can get off in the 10 bold. We can make this session of like what you all want to learn. So like be prepared for Wednesday because I'm going to try to do these Wednesdays and Fridays at 1 o'clock. But with this session,
listening, to take
I'm sorry.
I would love to be able to have you go through how to do a listing step by step. You know,
Via Docusign. Okay. Okay.
The
one issue that I have is I don't have your all's contracts or your documents, but I can get into your all's Docusign back office and I can see all of them. So I'm not familiar with your all's forms. So you all would have to help me with that. But I can show you how to get around Docusign to capture those forms. Does that make sense?
yes.
Because we have different forms ourselves.
Yeah.
Yes, you will need to be present to sign unless you can't. Okay. They do it something called mail away, but it's easiest if you go that way you get your receipt.
Okay. What else?
No, they haven't told me where it's going to be yet. I'm assuming it will be
Anybody-
in Lexington.
Let me tell you all a little bit about me.
But I don't know for sure.
So I've been an agent here in Kentucky for 15 years. I've been with Keller Williams 3.5 of those years. I am a huge proponent. I love command. I mean, I'm really heavily into command. I am probably just a few steps ahead of y'all in Docusign, but I'm learning Docusign also. I know the troubles of switching from .loop to Docusign, but our office, our MLS pays for .loop, so I don't know if our office is going to be switching over to Docusign like you all are within the month. But I have learned Docusign along with like all the other trainers, but I don't use it day to day like you all would. So if y'all have questions specifically on Docusign, if I can't answer it, I will find out where to find and where to help. But pardon me? Did you say something? Okay. But I'm not one, I won't barge through the documents. I will walk you all through on how to do something. The way that my command is, it's not hooked up to Docusign, your all's Docusign. So there will be like a small disconnect between the command, but I can show you how to transfer it over and all. It's going to be a little bit different than what you all would do.
Waste of time.
You think Docusign's a waste of time? Is that what I hear? I think Docusign has a lot of pros to it. It's just a learning curve. Do you want me to walk you through some now? Or
I want to learn something. I want to know how to list and do the paperwork As I tried to do it on my own and I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't add a file. Some of the forms were missing.
Okay.
I just need step by
That's
step.
it. Okay. And we can do a one-on-one if you want to sometime. But this is on your all's back office as far as Docusign goes. I have a dummy loop here or room. To start off, you want to make sure that you click on details and you enter in as much information. I'll try to get to your all's documents. RW at Okay, so you go in here, you go under details, and you click here the edit button. And you want to put in here as much information as you know. If you want to do a listing style, let's choose list side. And whatever information. Do y'all want to give me an address for address up there? Or I can just do, how about this 123 Main Street? I can put mine. Okay. And you can select here, you can put in what is it a residential, what? The most important stuff that you want to put in there is what would go into the contract, into the listing documents. So another most important thing that you want to put in here is here on the right side is where you would put the seller's information. So you have Donald Duck, put in an email for him. Let's see, Donald at duck.com. Seller 2 could be Daisy. Okay. Scrolling down, you want to put yourself as the listing agent. And your email. At this time, if you have a second listing agent, and at this time you don't know who the buyer is, you don't represent the buyer, so you don't have to worry about that. So once completed, you can click on Documents. And then from Documents, there is no documents here. Let's say you go to Add, and you can click from the computer, like if you want to upload a document that you already have, like if you want to add a plat or whatever. But the Docusign forms is where you'll find where your forms are. And from here, you see it says Docusign Forms Library. And this is coming from the MLS. You choose what MLS that you choose from. let's see, be under here. And then these are where you can find the documents. Another way is that somebody has gone in, and if you click here, this instead of Forms Library, you go to DocuForms Group. And then under the Select Document Forms, you can see here, select folders that have already been created for you all. So under the seller listed, and you click under there, these should be your listing forms that they have put together for you. I don't know what all else that would go under here for you all. But to select it, you can select all of them. You can select from here. You would go into, you can see that these are the forms that I've already selected or I put into the room, because a room is the same as a loop in .loop. And in the documents, I can click on here. I'm pulling up your exclusive right to sell. And here's where you would type in the appropriate information throughout. So let's see. I don't know what to put in here for your all's. Seller hereby grants to, so that would be Keller Williams Consultants. Then you just go through, let's see, exclusive right commencing, let's see, that would be today till, let's see, 8/1. And you just go in and fill in the information. And then once you complete it, you click on Save. And you can go do that for each of the documents that you want. Now, once you are ready for somebody to go in and sign it, for you to send it. So you have to look at it as envelopes is where you get the signatures. The documents are the actual documents that are in the room, because you can have stuff in here that people don't sign, like a plat, a past deed, or what pre-approval letters. Those are the rest of the documents that are in here. But if you want somebody to sign something, you click under envelopes. And then you choose, and you can think of envelopes as you're putting something in an envelope to send out to sign. Is a way that you can think of it. So you click on new, and you gotta name this envelope. So this will be just the exclusive right to sell. You can put in, you can add as many documents on here. You can name this forever that you want. But you click here to add the documents that you want them to sign. And you click on room docs, or the docs that we've already done. So I'll click on the exclusive right to sell and add selected. If there are some templates, or if there's additional, like if you can add something off the sell, like if you have a seller disclosure you want to upload, if it was a buyer's, if you download it from the MLS and then upload it onto here, you can add it, upload it here. So, I mean, it's like anything else. It doesn't have to be necessarily in that room. You have, I'll show you templates in a minute. After you add the document that you want them to sign, you go down to add recipient, and you want to choose the pre-tagged roles. And then these are the people that we have already in our list on under the details where we added all the list. We only did the seller 1, seller 2, and listing agent. So that's all the ones that will be selected here. So we choose who we want seller 1 to be. Oh, that didn't come in there. Let's see. Let me go back. Go back to details. It did not put it in there. Let me try it again. I think what I did not do last time, I didn't hit save at the bottom here. My apologies on that. Now let's go back to envelopes. This is the envelope that I had created. And if you send out 2 or 3 envelopes at different times, like one right now it's the listing, and then you may have an envelope later that once you receive an offer that to send it on, to address it, to send it on. So you may have several envelopes, but that way that you can keep track. And you definitely want to say here what you are sending, because if you don't, you won't know what this will say. It may just say, because the please Docusign is the automatic here. And if you get like 3 or 4 or 5 different envelopes here, you're not going to know what is what until you see it, unless you go into it and look at it. Does anybody have any questions so far? Okay. So let's go back under add recipient and click on the pre-tagged roles. Seller 1 is Donald Duck, and seller 2, I'll have Daisy, and I'm the listing agent on this one. And then you click on add selected. And then you can see this is the order that they will receive it. So right now it has that we are all receiving it at the same time, and what you're wanting, you want to receive it first, because you want to make sure everything is correct in there before you actually, like one last time before sending it off. And right now, if you leave it all at 1, everybody will get it at the same time. So once you send it out, you can't retract it and send again. So recommendation is you want to put you as the agent up first. And then you can change these to, see, at the same time, or if you want to have them go at different times. Now, if I do it this way, I have it that Donald's going to receive it first, and Daisy's not going to receive it until after Donald has signed. But I can have them both at the same time, or I can have, and it kind of helps if you do like a seller disclosure, that the seller disclosure, you would want one to receive it first so that they can fill it out. And it doesn't matter if you, whichever one that you choose, whoever that you choose, you can have here whether they can view it to sign, but that way that they can fill it out. And then once they fill it out, the second seller can go ahead and do their thing. So after you do that, you click on next. Oh, I'm sorry, before I do it, at the bottom, this is the email that you want to send to them. So you can type in here, please look over exclusive sell, and sign. Tell me if you have questions. So once you hit send, this is what they were going to send. So, and you can like change this to say exclusive right to sell. You can add all of the listing docs here at the same time. I just have the exclusive right to sell this time. So you go up here to click on next. So here you can see like up at this top left, we'll have the roles. So you can see each one has a different color. So anything that's in yellow is mine, or what I need to do. Everything that's in blue is what Donald needs to do. Everything that is in purple, Daisy needs to do. You can see here the information that I put in earlier. Now, if I had not put in some, like I don't have this certain information, this is where the list price is, that you can go down here and you can click on text and you can pull it up here and you can add in the price. So it was listed for 200,000. And then you can size this down to, it's not gonna let you size that one down. There it goes, that. You can also, instead of typing it there, it's over here on the right where you can add that text also, it's the same. Now you can have this, I can leave it open. I can make it now like a read only so that they cannot change it. And most of this should already be filled out because you would have done it in the documents room instead of at this point. But if you see something that you did not fill out, you can fill it out at this time. You can see here at the bottom where this is where their signatures are going to be. The blue, like I said, is Donald and Daisy is the purple. And my signature would be down here on the right. This date signed would be the time that they click on this, it'll automatically generate a date. And then these can be moved. If you want to add another signature, or if you want to add in the address here, you can just go in here to text, add in the address. Is that the property address here? Is that what goes here? On the,
yeah.
Okay. So you can put in the, type in the property address, make it read only. You can add signatures. Just for instance, let's just say a signature is supposed to be up here, that I want them to sign it. I can click on the name, type in signature, and it will, and you can see where there's that line underneath the arrow. You want that line to go right where that line is. And then when I go to Daisy, let's just say this, I want to reduce this down to whatever size. And then when I go to Daisy, it'll automatically size it to that size. So it's kind of smart in that way, thinking, well, if one's going to be that way, but you can change it if necessary. And then you can go up at the top here, click on recipient preview, so you can see what they're going to look at. So for Donald, it's going to show, click on start, and these are the two places that he was assigned, and you can see a date's already generated. Or I can click on sign right here, and it's not, he's not signing it, it's just going to show like this is where the signature is going to be. And the same here. Does anybody have any questions about that? And then once everybody has, once you know that the forms are good, then you click on send, and it will go to myself first, then I'll go to Donald, and then I'll go to Daisy. And that's just one document, but you can, then after you're done, if you feel like that there's others that you want to go ahead and send those others now. Let me show you the templates. Templates are forms that the Market Center has that's not from the Ohio Board of Realtors or your MLS. So these templates, I don't know what's in here. These are the ones that says my templates. And these are, I don't know if see if the seller disclosure is in here. Is this what your seller disclosure looks like? Or I can see you, Pat. I don't see anybody else. Is that?
I can't read it real good.
It says seller consent and disclosure.
Yes, we use that.
Okay, so say I want to click on that one, and I want to click on, let's see. Let's just do this. I don't know what this one is. I'm just selecting it. Lead-based paint, okay. And for these, I can click on to view them like I did the other. I still have Donald and Daisy in here. I can click on next. And you do the same process. It has the first one we did, and then it adds in the other documents. Yeah, I don't know who did these templates, but and then you can add in the signatures. Not my signature. Signature. Oh, here's the date signed. Click that, click over here. And then the same with Daisy. And date sign. And then click on send once it's complete. What questions do you all have? None?
Is there a phone number I could call you at later?
Yes, ma'am. It is 859
Mm-hmm.
893
Okay.
4008.
Okay, great.
And I've been having one-on-ones with some of your agents. That I have a Calendly link that Troy sent to you all that you can add onto my calendar if you want to have just a one-on-one. I can put that on Facebook also.
How long is that you're available for that, the one-on-ones?
I have on the Calendly link for 30-minute sessions, but if you need an hour, you can do 2 sessions.
Oh, gotcha. But I meant for how far out in the future are you available for this? Or is this just a window that you're doing this of time, or you're sort of?
For right now, I'm here for you all, however long that it takes.
Oh, indefinitely.
Until they hire another tech trainer.
Gotcha.
And I don't know where they are in the process of that, or when or if.
Mhm.
If I answer all your all's need, the only things that I can't answer for y'all is your all's particular documents,
Right.
because I'm not familiar with those at all.
Would you
And I
say,
just know,
I'm just getting familiar with Docusign.
Mhm.
Would you say it acts a lot like Dotloop? Are you familiar with Dotloop?
I'm very familiar with Dotloop, and it is different than Dotloop.
It's different, but I mean, as far as having to get the documents and fill in, and that,
Right,
upload and download things, and how would
right.
you say how different is it from Dotloop?
It is different in, it's just a small learning curve on it. For Dotloop, you can like transport it, like whatever, you can go on to whatever file folders that we have. Let me pull up my Dotloop. Let's see. Like our templates that we have different, all these different file folders. And like the buying docs are all them together. The listing docs are all together. We have our board docs from here. We have some that Keller Williams has. So here, it's how we have set it up. As far as Docusign goes, you have to know to go into, where's my Docusign? There it is. You have to know for the Ohio Board of Realtors and your Board of Realtors, because I saw that there's two. We only have the one. We don't have a separate one for Kentucky's. We just have the LBAR. So you have to know, like for your board stuff is under documents, and all of Keller Williams stuff is under envelopes, under templates. So it's just a matter, just kind of keeping in mind that and the documents that are downloaded from your board, Docusign has put in placeholders for what needs to go where. So, and that's where in the detail section, what you fill out in the detail section will transport over to the documents. Now, it may not always be correct because somebody in Ohio did not template that. Docusign kind of tried to, this is where they think that everything needs to go. And it takes them about like 6 weeks. Like if you send the documents out to Docusign, it takes about 6 weeks for you to get them back. So there's everything may not be exactly right. So that's why you have to look over the documents just to make sure. But to be honest with you, if you thoroughly look over it one time, all the other documents are going to be the same. Like the purchase contract, if you know that something's not mapped correctly, it's not going to be mapped correctly every time when you get to the purchase contract. Does that make sense?
That doesn't sound very
well until somebody goes in and changes it. But I mean, you have to know, like go through it once to know, to make sure everything is done correctly, and it should be done correctly every time after that if it is correct. So but there are some pros with Docusign. I think it's easier to add signatures and stuff like that than it is at Dotloop. But
okay, well that sounds a little bit intimidating when it sounds like it doesn't grab information correctly. I mean, that's
no, it should. It should. Right. I mean, if it was mapped correctly, and I don't know your documents to know if it has or not. Like I said, if you just look, like when you do a document one time and it is correct as it's mapped, then it should be every time that you grab that document from here on out, because they're not going to change it unless somebody notifies you that it has been changed.
Hey, Julie,
Yes.
Oh. Jen, I have a question.
Okay.
Yeah, you just showed the listing contract itself. So we now have a new listing contract that just came out like maybe a week or so ago. So how do I, because I'm the principal broker here, how do I get that loaded into the documents? The documents, do you know?
Yes. That would be probably, like I said, it would take, if we send it out to Docusign, it'll take 6 weeks to get it back.
Oh, okay.
So-
It's probably been sent out. Okay.
Okay. But until then, you can create a template for the office, and it would be under the envelopes and templates at that
Oh,
time. Okay, so that's a workaround. So if it does get sent out back to Docusign, it'll be a while before that they can get it back to you to have it changed or whatever. But like I said, the workaround, and that would be a matter of, if I have access to the back office
uh-huh.
of Docusign for your all's office, that if it is given to me, I can do it for you, or Nancy, or whoever has access to, because I don't know if Ryan did it before.
You
did
know
all the
what?
other-
I'll ask Okay. That works with
Okay.
Nancy, and
Okay.
I bet Lisa will be able to do that. And if not,
Right.
I'll check with you because we should have it in there. So,
Okay.
okay,
Yeah, and
good.
it'd be just a matter of template for you. And
Uh-huh.
instead of grabbing it from the documents, you would grab it from the envelope and templates.
Okay.
If
Okay.
it's an official change that's been made to it, would that not be also on the Board of Realtors website, or where you pull from?
Well, yeah, it's on there, but
Mm-hmm.
But these have been sent to Docusign.
So
Yeah.
this is specific to Keller Williams Consultants when you say it's
Correct.
sent to, and when you say
Correct.
maps, you mean to upload it into the Docusign system so that it just grabs from there.
Right.
When you say it's mapped.
Right. What they would do is that they would map, like, this is the address, this is like a text box, this is how,
Mm-hmm.
map. That's what I mean by mapping it out. This is the seller's name, this is the buyer's name.
Gotcha. Oh, so the information you put in, you're
Correct.
saying, is basically
Correct.
the same as mapping.
Under the details.
Gotcha.
Correct.
So input, what you input. Okay. As long as
Correct.
that's done correctly, it should be grab it every time for every other.
Correct.
Other.
Now, and I will tell you that if you all did the template, whether it's Lisa, myself, or whoever that does it, and what we can do on our side is share it to everybody so that when you go into, let's say, let me do a new envelope to show, and I use template instead of there, you can, let me move this little box over. That these are the templates that are mine, and then here would be one that says shared with me. So you can create your own templates on any of them. So like if you have a document that you use a lot,
uh-huh.
then you can create your own template, and that would be under the My Templates. But the shared with me is, if you can see, for some reason there are some from other offices here also. So it's kind of like, because here's from Elite Realty,
Uh-huh.
you know, so I don't see, but what you would do is you can add the selected to My Templates.
She doesn't seem very good.
So this is what I could see from here on out. So all the templates that if I created are in here. And look under My Templates just to see if it's under there, but I would think it would be under the shared with me. See, what was that, Joan, was that the listing contract?
The listing contract, yeah.
Okay, so the one that I did is an
Yeah.
old one?
That's the old one, yeah.
Okay. I don't see it under the template, so it has not been templated for you all here. I'm not saying not DocuSign, but somebody in Keller Williams has not done
Okay.
it yet. So whether Lisa or, like I said, if
Yeah, I'll check with Lisa, and then if we need your help, we'll call
Okay.
you. We can get it in there.
or Lisa and I can put our heads together and I can help her if she needs that.
Okay. Okay, that'd be great. Yeah.
Hey, thank you. I'm going to
Uh,
sign off. But thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
And let me know, like, if y'all want any, and even just beyond DocuSign, if y'all have questions regarding command, whether it's smart plans or opportunities or commissions or campaigns, I'm heavily involved in all that.
Oh, I would love
So-
that.
So I can help out in any of those command questions too, not just DocuSign.
And where do we sign up with you if we want a private appointment?
There was, I don't know where Troy, I can put my Calendly account into Facebook so that you all can sign up.
Okay, that'd be perfect. Thank you. I'd appreciate that.
Not a problem. I'm here to help. And I don't mind sitting, and some of the trainings that I do, I had just a one-on-one with one of our agents just a little while up at 12 o'clock that she was having issues. And so on here, I had her share her screen and I walked her through the steps. So I let, that to me, I think that that's a really good learning for, you would probably learn it and remember it more if you do it. And especially if you have issues and stuff that instead of me just going on mine and guessing what you're talking about, I can see exactly what you're seeing and I can walk you all through that.
I can get a bigger font for
I
this.
just, meanwhile, we could be, well, I guess we can't really do that if we're watching you on our computers. I was going to say we could still, never mind, back that up. So scratch that. Like, we're on our computer watching you. We can't really be practicing on Docusign.
Well, and that's the thing is, you can go on yours. I mean, I can watch you on yours so that you
Yeah.
share your screen and I can walk you through at that time.
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I'm going to leave. I have bold in 2 minutes. So
Yeah, same
thank
here.
you, Jen,
Me
so much. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Bye. Have a good day.
Thanks. Bye.
No.
Well,